What's up, graphic designers? In our last class, we were embedding people and images inside text with elements bleeding out, and we're going to continue experimenting with that today with a little bit of inspiration from this visual that I took on 18th and 8th Avenue, just a block from our school a few years ago. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Drost, what is this? And that's a great question. This is a telephone booth. This is what people used in the days before cell phones. So we're going to use this as an example, and here I got my man Kelvin. I got an image of his image from class, and actually if you right click the layer mask itself, we can disable it just so we can see like what we had there previously, and so we can also enable it once again, and we know that we're going to press Command A, Command Shift C, and then Command V to paste it in. And so let's do this one more time really quickly. I'm going to go to File, New, and we're going to set up a blank on our own. I've got the letter set up under my recents, but alternatively you can simply go to File, New, and then Print. We got letter, orientation is in portrait, create, beautiful. And I also downloaded a photo of Isaac, and where is there's Isaac. Okay, great. And so he's he's looking awfully friendly, and I appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text. I'm going to pop it in I for Isaac. I'm going to increase the size. Previously, I used the Mont font for Kelvin, which I really liked. It was like a nice heavy font, but I don't love this for Isaac. So I'm going to change it in just a moment. We want to feature this letter prominently, and let's just try times regular and see what happens. Let's try times bold. There we go. We're going to run with this. We're going to grab Isaac. I know you guys know this. We're going to use the object selection tool to make a quick selection. And I don't know what quality of selection we have here. All right, we're going to clean this up just a tad. I'm going to use the subtract function, and there we go. We're going to now press, actually, I was almost going to say press Command C. We don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to use the layer mask. That looks great. So if you were working on this, you would certainly want to clean it up. But from right now, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to press Command A, Command Shift C, Command V, Command T to increase the size. And you want to think about like where it makes the most sense to position this dude. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to press check to confirm. I'm going to drop the opacity to like 60% because I want like his arm to be extended inside the interior of the letter I. So I'm just going to press Command T. I'm going to rotate a tad. And I also want his neck, his like entire head, to be included as well. So I'm going to reduce the size, and I love this right there. And I don't know if I'm articulating this well enough, but if you look on the right side, it's positioned perfectly, as is the left side. I'm going to press 0 to increase it to 100% opacity. I'm going to hold Command. I'm going to click the T. We're then going to click the layer mask, and that looks perfect. What I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unclick this link. I'm going to click on Isaac in the thumbnail. I'm going to shift him over just a tad. Beautiful. I'm going to return to layer mask. Press B for brush, and we're going to look how that it's like seamless. It fits perfectly great. So we've got his hand, and we've got just this part of his head, and that looks amazing. Isaac, you belong telephone booth. All right. So that's like relatively straightforward. So you're going to do one that maybe looks a little bit like this or like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to step our game up, and we're going to produce something that looks maybe a little like this. So this, of course, has a sports theme. This is for the LMU banquet back in 2018. You're going to embed an individual into each letter, and you're probably thinking, what are the letters? Well, I'm going to give you guys a template that looks a little something like this. And what you're going to want to do is alternate between photos of your classmates. So I'll start with Kelvin right here. Command A, Command Shift C, Command V, Command T, and then for the time being, where are we going to put this dude? We'll put him. So you're going to like actually have to think. You're going to have to think critically about what makes sense to go where. So we'll do this. I'm going to zoom in just a tad. Right, this requires a little bit of finessing. I'm going to hold Command. I'm going to click the layer mask. We're going to, there we go. No, that's, so you know what? I've got some ideas. I'm gonna experiment. We're gonna leave it. Yeah, you know what? I like that right there. And you're probably thinking, Droz, that's a lot of cutouts. Well, I would encourage you guys to actually alternate between your classmates and your teachers. So we've got all these fun cutouts that we did back in the fall for the teacher reading poster project. And I've got one featuring my man, Mr. Kimmel. Shout out to Bailey for doing this cutout. Command A, Command C, Command V. I don't know where Kimmel's going. Kimmel is maybe going to go, you know what? This is time for me to experiment and a little bit, and you guys are going to be experimenting as well. We're going to include a lab logo. We're going to finesse it. I cannot wait to see what ultimately you guys create and produce. You're going to be super creative. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.